There it is, the brand new single from Dallas Pryor as he joins us in studio here at KBEAR 92.3, Woman Like You. We may or may not have been one of the first radio stations in the country to play that song. That's what you told me.
Absolutely a possibility.
At least to tell you that we had played
Yes.
it.
I think you told me that you had it ready to go before I released it.
Really?
I'm pretty sure you did.
I wonder how that happened. I got connections.
You said you saw it on Smith Music.
Yeah,
thing.
I did.
My music distributors are doing all right.
Tell me about that song. Where'd that tune come from?
That was all the Lazy Wayne stuff from back in the day was my absolute first attempts at songwriting. I'm a terrible volume songwriter. I wish I could write like a publishing artist, like a publishing deal artist songwriter. I just can't seem to. It takes too much out of me, and I got too much on my plate right now. As soon as I get a booking agent and some other help around, maybe I'll be able to devote some more time towards songwriting and open up the creative side of my brain. But that was Lazy Wayne stuff was the first 10 attempts. That was my 11th attempt at songwriting. And it was awesome. It was an awesome bug that I had in my ear at work. I had just gotten out of the military. I was an electrician on some job side. I can't remember where I was. I might have been doing the engineering building at Kansas State. But I kept singing it over and over in my head just to keep it fresh, keep it in there, make sure I didn't lose it. And sang it to myself all the way back home, got home, went to my room, picked up the guitar, and man, I hammered this one down in like an hour. And that's not always the case. It was just smooth. Everything worked. Everything came to me super clear. And I heard a interview, like a podcast interview that Pat Green did. And when he had just written Wave on Wave, and he walked out to his boys right after he was done. He was like, "Boys, we might have a hit." And that's exactly how I felt about this one.
You had that feeling too.
Yeah, I definitely had this magic moment.
You mentioned a few things I want to kind of work our way through here a little bit. First of all, some folks may remember the Lazy Wayne Band. You used to tour under that name, but now stepping out using your own name, your given name out front. I believe you got some of the same guys with you though, right?
Oh, they're all the same.
Yeah.
It was definitely just a marketing change. A lot of people, especially in the circles that me and Adam run around in Texas, were like, "What's up with the name? Like, why don't you're the only one we ever see. Why don't you go by your name?" And I'm like, well, the real story is I started this group as a duo, myself and Mr. Keegan Knox. And he was Lazy K in college. He was a farrier, did that, got that nickname, and my middle name's Wayne. So we just put those together and came up with the duo name. As soon as I got a full band together, he quit, but he was like, "You keep the name. It's awesome. It's a cool name." And I was like, "You're right." And so I didn't have quite what I would call the self-confidence to go under my own name at the time. And that developed throughout the years as we played as Lazy Wayne Band. But I decided to step out from behind that name and just finally use my own. And I grew attached to the name. I think my band grew attached to the name, and they decided to take that name over. So just like Savannah Chestnut has her field hands, or George Strait's got his ace in the hole band, Dallas Pryor's got his Lazy Wayne Band.
You're here in Dallas Pryor. He's from the Abilene, Kansas area and joining us in studio. He's actually going to be playing a pop-up show later this evening at Sly's Bar and Grill. That'll be from 6 until 8. Everybody's invited to come out. And you just heard his new song, Woman Like You. You mentioned being in the military, U.S. Marine Corps?
Yes.
And is that where you first picked up the guitar?
Yeah. I didn't know how to play guitar until I was like 20. I didn't pick it up until I was 19, and I would never say I knew how to play until I was 20. And that's a loose term. I was very bad for a lot of years, and a lot of time in barracks playing for my friends. And I look back at those videos now, and I'm like, oh my God, how awful was I? And they were eating it up, just having the best time out in the smoke pit, where we're all smoking cigarettes at, because that's about the only thing we're allowed to go do in our early years.
Yeah,
but it was so much fun getting to a point where I was actually what I would call proficient at guitar. And I'm still, for a guy that's been playing for 12 years now, I should be a lot better than I am right now. Man, I could play a wicked G chord, dude. It's gonna sound pretty good.
Well, first of all, thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
Do you remember some of the first stuff that you learned to play on? What were you practicing on?
The first song I don't know if you're gonna know this, but so if those of y'all that know are gonna laugh. The first song I ever learned was "Pontoon Boat" by Sonny Ledford, a North Carolina guy.
I do remember that song.
and
I'm surprised to hear you say that one, but I do remember
it came on XM radio when I was like 17, maybe I was 19. It was like 2011, and I heard it on XM radio at the lake out back home in Milford Lake, and this is amazing. So I immediately fell in love with it, and then like a year later is when I picked up guitar and I started banging on that song and that song only, just to figure out how to play chords, how to transition, how to strum pattern, all that good stuff. And years and years and years went by, and I finally got to the point where I would call it okay.
Well, you got a guitar with you here today. I'd love to hear you play it. We just played the new single, but what song comes to mind?
I've got a whole host.
I've
got a whole host of songs that have not come out yet, Adam. So
we're getting a little preview.
We're gonna get a preview. The boys and I went to Nashville, Tennessee. We did that song you just heard. That's the boys. That is no Nashville recording artist. The only Nashville assistance we had was the studio and our engineer and producer. And what an awesome experience! I mean, right after it was Dirk Bentley's home studio. They handed me the guitar that Chris Stapleton did his Steel Driver stuff on, in the same booth that he did it in, to play. Brad Paisley was in there the day after we were. What a group of names.
That guitar sounded exactly the same when you picked it up, right? As it did when Chris and Brad were holding it.
I don't know if I probably made that thing sound the worst it's ever sounded. But I can try do one from that session, one of my unreleased ones. We're gonna have a whole slew, about 2 months apart. I'm just gonna keep dropping singles on you. I'm gonna keep putting stuff out for streaming. But this one right here is my next radio single. So
okay,
Adam will get this one programmed, ready to go by at least January.
Hopefully 3 weeks before anyone else.
Yes.
No, we'll try. What's the name of this one?
This one's called Next New Man.
Okay, Next New Man. It's Dallas Pryor in studio with us today on KBEAR 92.3 Wild Country.
Why don't you leave me on? Let's get this feeling good, and then you see me hanging on. Then I give you that look, then you leave me here, just like the 2 or 3 or 4 before. It's like the same old TV show, the same old worn out book. The storyline feels special, then when you get to the hook, the pages disappear. The screen, it turns to black, but that ain't where it ever ends up at. Just don't think you're the one that broke me just 'cause you walked out the door, or what you're doing after is one I haven't seen before. Just know that this ain't some ingenious or some old special plan. So go ahead and move on to your next new man. It's a sad-ass state of mind when you always see it coming, or the state of mind's the reason that it always ends up falling. You're just the latest of the first with countless in between, so I guess it's lost its sting. Just don't think you're the one that broke me just 'cause you walked out the door, but what you're doing after is one I haven't seen before. Just know that this ain't some ingenious or some old special plan. So go ahead and move on to your next new man. Just don't think you're the one that broke me just 'cause you walked out the door. What you're doing after is one I haven't seen before. Just know that this ain't some ingenious, some old special plan. Just don't think you'll want to broke me just 'cause you walked out the door. But what you're doing after is one I haven't seen before. Just know that this ain't some ingenious, some old special plan. So go ahead and move on. That sure didn't take long. Looks like you're already moved on to your next new man.
Yeah, Dallas Pryor with Next New Man, live from the KBEAR Studios. As we get ready for a pop-up show tonight, come on out to Sylvester's from 6 until 8, and you can hear more songs from Dallas.
See if I can't convince him to go longer.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. If we get a big crowd, I bet it just keeps going on.
Oh, I bet it do.
Yeah, I bet it do. You mentioned our Texas circle of friends that we get to hang out with at different industry events. One of my favorites, and I see you there almost every year, is the Texas Regional Radio Awards that happens in Arlington in March. I started telling this story, and it seems like every time I tell this story, it starts getting exaggerated a little bit, as stories tend to do. But after the main award show, each and every year, everybody gathers in the lobby of this hotel, and there's just this all-out jam session. And this has gone on for a lot of years, and it was never a problem until a couple of years ago when the hotel thought we were being a little bit too loud. Now, how many times did we get shut down that night? Do you remember?
Probably 4 times.
I thought it was 4.
Probably 3 or 4 times.
Okay, so I'm not exaggerating that much. There was the lobby once or twice. We went out into the front where people unload their cars.
Yep, maybe 5 times.
They didn't really like that.
I didn't make it out there. That was you guys.
And then somebody.
It was the Coke FM guys.
Yes,
Austin.
they did. Got a suite.
Who's the guy in the scooter?
Scotty.
Yep. Got it wasn't a suite. It was just
It was a
room. Normal hotel.
They said
key.
a suite, but it was a room. We got up there. Everybody's sitting on the beds. You're playing guitar.
How many people did we have in there?
All of them.
We probably had 30, probably over 30 people in this one double queen bed hotel room while we're just playing with, there's artists all over the place. There's probably like 6 guitars in there. It reminded me of hanging out with you in Steamboat that one year that I went in 22.
There were a lot of people, and those were actually suites.
It reminded me of a more redneck version.
It was definitely more redneck, but that got shut down too. And I think that was the end of the story.
They came knocking. They weren't happy with us. We actually got shut down in the lobby one more time. There was this guy named Josh. He plays with a band called Electric Church, and he's a Stockyards resident. And he just wanted to sing Simple Man real bad, and just at the top of his lungs was being exactly that guy. And Drew Fish kind of put him in his place, and I was like,
we were just having some fun, and it's always fun when folks stop by. I appreciate you including us on your radio tour.
Yeah,
and I know you're making the rounds. It seems like every time I text you, you've got a weekend full of shows. You got to be one of the busiest guys in the business. But where can folks find you? How can they find out where you are playing beyond today, and get in touch with your new music?
So I always put a monthly graphic out for my on my Facebook page, and I always have it pinned up on my Instagram page. So just look up Dallas Pryor. Honestly, I have a really good tour schedule on my website, or follow Dallas Pryor on Bands in Town. That'll tell you exactly when and where we're going to be places. But if you want to see a full throughout everything that I've got scheduled and up right now, go to dallaspryor.com. If you're looking for the month, go to one of my socials. You will see that graphic at the top of one of those 2 pages. It'll show you what all we're doing for August. I'll update it at the very end of August for September schedule, and we'll get you going there as well. I think we played a ton of Southeast Nebraska shows this summer, so a little far away from you, and I get it.
We're going to keep pulling you this way. That's the idea.
I'm okay with that. We're doing the Friend Nebraska 4th of July something next year, so it's already scheduled. So I don't know how far away Friend is from here.
It's a ways.
Is it?
It's a ways, but we could route with that.
we can route with that.
Let's work on that. Tonight you can see Dallas Pryor live at Sylvester's Bar and Grill. That's going to be from 6 until 8-ish. And take the opportunity while he's here, and hopefully we can make it happen again.
I have another little rowdy radio tour weekday.
Love it.
This time in a small town. Last night in Lincoln was fun, but I have a feeling.
Did you play Tanks? Is that where you were?
Yeah, I played Tanks in the rail yard.
Good.
It was my first time, not my first time in the rail yard, but since Tanks opened, that was my first time seeing that. Super cool place. Bunch of awesome people out and about and everything. One of my buddies from one of them small towns ended up coming out, my auctioneer buddy, Adam Graven. A lot of Adams. I stayed with Adam Strite last night. I'm here with Adam Smith today.
It's the Nebraska state name.
So
that's the case.
It's been a blast getting to hang out with friends and finally getting to come out to see you, because you guys I don't know. I hope you guys appreciate what you got in Mr. Adam Smith up here, because he's probably one of the best and nicest guys. Best to do it and nicest guys you'll ever meet in the radio entire world. So thank you for being awesome.
Thanks for that. That's too kind of you. Come on out, make some new friends, make a friend of this guy at Sly's tonight in Dallas. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Coming up, music from Winona. It's 2:55.